downtown Cleveland and Progressive Field. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Mets taking on the Cleveland Guardians. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about ready for baseball. And towing the slab here, Foster Griffin.
Four-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket.
Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. They're facing a pitcher today who's prone to giving up homers, so we'll see. We might get some big swings here today.
Yeah, I think the key, though, and the reason why he gives up those homers is that guys are locking in, they're aggressive, and they have a high confidence level. So I think if that's the approach these hitters take with the stuff he's got there on the mound, yeah, there's a good chance that there'll be some balls that fly a long way. But you can't get too big in your swing. Otherwise, you'll be really frustrated after this one.
Comes up empty on the swing, 0-2 now. And down on strikes he goes. 2 gone.
Man, how many times do you see 3 fastballs in an at-bat like that? I'm sure once he got to 2 strikes, he was trying to stay back for something off speed and just not ready for that 3rd fastball.
Here's Juan Soto. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a foul straight back. Ball to strike. And fouled off. Caught him looking for the K. And the Mets go down 1-2-3. Now the Guardians will get their shot, still scoreless. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here in Cleveland. And on the mound in this one, Nolan McLean.
Well, he's got great stuff, but what makes his stuff even better is his delivery. Hides the ball for a very long time, high leg kick, and by the time the hitter sees it, it's right on top of him.
Bottom of the first. Stepping up for the Guardians, Travis Bastar. Off the plate, ball 1. The wind of the pitch. Strike on the inside corner. And it is 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
The pitch. Fouls one off. 2-2. And that one is inside. And the pitch. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Next to hit, number 24. In the dirt, blocked, and the runner holds. Checks his swing, appeal to third, and he held up. Next pitch is inside, and that's ball 3. Nobody out, runner at first. In for a strike, now 3-1. Swings and misses. Gassed it right by him.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. And that's in there for strike 1. Well, Jose Ramirez had a sensational 2018 season. He became just the 8th player ever to have a season with 30 doubles, 30 homers, 30 steals, and walking more than he struck out. Over to first, and he's safe. And a pitch. Curveball drops in there.
Well, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Bastar leads off first with 1 away. This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily. And now a man into scoring position.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
And he deals. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Runner at second here, 1 gone. The pitch. Up the middle, Lindor throws to first, and Ramirez is set down. Let's take a look at Terry Francona's lineup for the Guardians. The challenge for him today, Singy, elevating the baseball against this sinker baller that's on the mound.
Yeah, that's the challenge, but it also might affect the way they approach base running in this one, Boog. You get a runner on first, you anticipate trajectory down, and when the ball's in the dirt with a good secondary lead, you break for second. So whether it's a stolen base or not, you stay out of the double play, get that runner in a scoring position, and that can help you put more runs on the board.
BID, ball in dirt. The next pitch misses. Now 2-0.
2 balls, no strike.
And that one missing low. McClain, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. Next pitch in for a strike, 3-1.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
And it's strike 2. Two outs with a runner at third. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
New inning getting started. Step shortstop Francisco Lindor. The pitch. The knees, and it's 0-1. The pitch. Foul ball. Oh, 0-2 now. And there's a ball. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. He swung over top of the curveball.
Oh, that was perfect execution of that curveball. Down and in. He gets it out of the danger zone, and you really can't do it much better than that. It's in the zone the entire way, so you have to swing as a hitter, but then it just falls off the table and almost hits you in the back foot.
And now it's Mark Vientos. That one hooked foul. And a pitch. Just missed. Gary Simmons has the plate duty in this one.
Well, with Simmons, it's not always your standard strike zone, Boog. It kind of gives a little extra in some parts of the zone and then can be tighter in others. But I think the important thing is he doesn't get labeled as inconsistent, so you got to stay ready up there.
Started to swing, held up. Yeah, one of those umpires, you just have to know what to expect, right?
Exactly.
That catches the outside corner. 2-2 now. Second inning here, no score. And now 2-2. To the right side. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. And the first pitch misses in the dirt. And now the lefty popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Bailey right there to make the grab. And the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Mets. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back now at Progressive Field. Leading off, Angel Martinez. And first offering is fouled off. The wind and the pitch. He swings and fouls one off. Here's the 0-2. And ball one. That misses. It's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The wind of the pitch. Struck him out looking. Here's Brian Urquillo. That one's in there, 0-1. One down, base is empty. Grounder off the pitcher. Throw to first is in time. And that quickly 2 away. Stephen Kwan digs in for the Guardians. That clips the corner. Stephen Kwan pretty active on the bases, and not surprising, his favorite players growing up were 2 really good base runners, Ichiro Suzuki and Dave Roberts. 0-1. Right side, Simeon. In plenty of time to first. That's the inning. Nothing doing for the Guardians there. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Here in Cleveland, all set for the start of the inning. And here is number 16. Griffin back to work. Clips the corner. It's 0-1. Base hit right field. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
He was all over that one. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So up next for New York, Jared Young. And that's through there for a strike.
0-1 the count.
Runner at first with no outs here. Next pitch off the plate. And the count even 1-1. Left-hand batter waits. And the count 1-2. And a ball evens the count. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And now it's Luis Robert. Robert, a former Gold Glove winner, hitting 9th in today's lineup. And he was born in Cuba. Top of the 3rd, no score. Bounce back to the mound. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, a tough play, and now there are runners at first and second. So the lineup flips over. Bo Bichette getting ready to hit. Grounded out his first time. In there, and it's 0-1. One out. Runners at first and second. Out in front and foul to the left side. Double play ball to second. There's one. And that's two.
Well, the second baseman made that one look easy. Great feed to the shortstop. Shortstop completes the play. They get out of a jam, and they end the inning.
Bottom of the inning. Now it's the rookie. And the pitch. Curveball drops in for a strike. Fry, 27 years old, and he's usually a first baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. The 0-1. Out to short. Lindor zips it across. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Some people say that first basemen kind of have the day off regularly because they don't run around a whole lot. But when you think about it, they are involved in just about every single play, and there's a lot of stress that gets put on their legs. So a well-deserved day at the DH spot for him.
Patrick Bailey stands in now, looks at that one inside. The 1-0. Swing and a base hit.
The second baseman.
So the Guardians lineup turns over. Travis Bastar digs in for the Guardians. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Hits the fence. Lead runner holds at third. So two runners in scoring position and just one out.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Now it's the right fielder, number 24. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that one wrapped foul. And that's down and away. Bailey, the runner at third. Bastar over at second with one down. On the ground, right side. Simeon toss over to first. There for the out. Runner scores from third. Here's Jose Ramirez. And Cleveland on top 1-0. First offering misses badly for ball one. You know, Singy, Jose Ramirez signed that big extension, a 5-year, $124 million contract before the 2022 season. But right before that happened, the Guardians came this close to trading him. Cleveland up a run, looking for more. There's a strike. Line drive, makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 3 innings complete. It's the Guardians 1 and the Mets nothing. Back here at the ballpark, on to the 4th. Here is Marcus Simeon. And the pitch. Ball 1 there.
Well, these Mets just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
And the 1-0. There's a swing and a miss. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back and out of here. A towering shot to right, and this game is tied. It's 1-1.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Soto takes low, second trip to the plate in this one.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Here comes a pitch. That misses. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Griffin, maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. Guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Check swing, tried to hold up. Now an appeal to third. He did not go around. And the 3-0 finds the zone. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up. It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. That's in for a strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Kicks and deals. And that's downstairs and outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one drifts inside. Here's a 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Next pitch is outside. New arm out of the bullpen, Cade Cavalli. He's into the game with the bases empty. A wide to kick the pitch. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Ramirez in pursuit. And he goes airborne to make the catch. And next for the Mets, Mark Vientos. There's a strike. That one missed. Next pitch is outside. That one is hammered right field. back there. And that is gone. He'll touch them all. Just like that, they move in front. It's 2-1.
Pitchers are taught to keep the ball down so that you don't get hurt. But unfortunately on that one, he made a pretty good pitch in terms of location, but it was just a better swing.
So 2 down. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. That one's in there, and that is strike one. Right-handed reliever. And it's even up. And the right-hander deals. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. And now it's filled up. Ripped to short. Gets it to first. That ends the frame. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. And the home team down a run. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Welcome back. Bottom 4. And now the first baseman, Kyle Manzardo. That one's in there. And that's strike one. Missed inside with the curve.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Here's a 1-1. That's a little bit low.
This hitter's looking for a fastball, but I'm not sure he's going to get one. Pitcher doesn't have to challenge him. If he feels better about his off-speed secondary stuff, then stay with it.
Pitch misses there. 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And there's a strike on the outside corner. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Now here is Angel Martinez. First pitch just misses. And here it comes. Pitch is in for a strike, and now it's even 1-1. Late with the swing there.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
And that one moves his feet. Righty to the plate. Bounce to third. On to Simeon. Relay to first. Double play.
I think there's always something pretty about watching a 5-4-3 double play get turned. I mean, just seeing the ball whipped around the diamond with quickness and accuracy, that was nice.
Brian Rocchio digs in now. Grounded out back to the pitcher his first time. Ball one low. Right-hander kicks, deals. Just missed. The other way, and it stays fair. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. And welcome back. And here's the first baseman, number 16. And a pitch. And misses inside. There's a strike. Bullpen activity starting up now. Hunter Gaddis, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Hoyer getting cranked up as well. Next pitch misses. 2-2.
It's a good take.
Got him. One away. And now the right fielder, Jared Young. His first at bat was a strikeout. Right field down the line, and that one slices foul. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Real ugly 0-1 swing right there. As a pitcher, got to be hunting for that strikeout. Keep him off balance. Send him back to the dugout.
Going to count 1-2.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Got him looking. That's his second strikeout.
Well, I'm not really sure why he let that one go by. I mean, out of the hand, it had a lot of the strike zone. Sure, it had some good arm side run at the end to move to the outside part of the plate. But with 2 strikes, you got to be ready to swing it there, and you can't leave it in the umpire's hands.
Luis Robert now. That's towards center. Martinez on his way in. Flashes the leather on the running catch. And that is that. Down in order go the Mets. But they still lead it 2-1. Back here in Cleveland. Now the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. The pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow left field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, those kind of lucky soft hits will always make you smile. He actually kind of fooled him with the breaking ball on the inside part of the plate there. Didn't get a good piece of it, but he got just enough to fight it off and make it work out.
Now at the plate, David Fry. Grounded out his first time. Pitch misses, and that is ball 1. Move to first. Kwan back on a dive. Next offering is in for a strike. The pitch. Kwan gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And now it's even up.
With 2 strikes. May see some movement over there at first base. Try to stay out of a double play here.
Kicks and fires. Hard hit, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with the chance to even this ball game up.
Trying to move the runners over. The throw to second is offline. Back to the top of the lineup, Travis Bastar digs in for the Guardians.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Line to left, fair ball. And now it gets into the corner. 1 runs in. Now a second crosses the plate. It's 3-2.
Well, here we are, 3rd time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
So up next, number 24. First offering misses the mark. And he deals. Swing and a miss. Base runners at second and third here. No outs. On the ground, right side. To first. That's out number 1. And a run comes in to score. And up next for Cleveland, Jose Ramirez. That's off the mark, and that's ball 1. And the righty deals. Ground ball right side. Now 2 away as they get a run across. And now Kyle Mansardo. He's 0 for 1. Strike on the inside corner. 0-1.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Righty delivers. And that one is in for a strike. Oh, and 2 now. Hot shot to third. Bichette whips it to first. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. We're through 5. It's the Guardians 5 and the Mets 2. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Down to third baseman, Bo Bichette. First pitch is in the dirt.
Well, these Mets being a little too patient at the plate in this game. Sometimes it's a good thing, but today they're continuing to fall behind in the count, and that's adding a ton of pressure to their offense.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Now it's Marcus Semien. He's already homered in this game. In there at the knees. Strike one. Bichette aboard here at first with nobody out. That pitch clips the outside corner. That's strike 2. And here it comes. And there's a ball.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Here's a 1-2. Just misses with that one.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Two now. Semien waits. Good eye in that spot.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really was in a great location, but the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
Now the youngster Juan Soto. First pitch, and he just misses. Soto in his 8th season, 24 years old, and he's a former home run derby champ. The 1-0. And a strike. On the ground. Nice stop. Flips it from the ground. That's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots due up. It's the Guardians 5 and the Mets 2. So they turn things over to the righty, Luke Weaver.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Digging in, Angel Martinez. And a pitch. That clips the corner. You and I got a chance to broadcast the 2019 All-Star Game, and the city of Cleveland did such a great job. I felt like wherever you turned, there was some type of ad for the All-Star. Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Yeah, and I think the players backed it up from the home run derby and the show that was put on between Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Pete Alonso, and others. It was off the charts. And then the game is always special. When you see the best in baseball, you remember how special this game is. And to be here at this ballpark, I think just was the icing on the cake.
And a pitch. gets the call, and the count 1-1. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets, Cionel Perez. The left-hander is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. The 1-1. Swing and a grounder foul, first base side. One, two now. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The high heat too much on that one.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
So in now for Cleveland, Steven Kwan. 1 for 2. That one off the mark, and that's ball 1. This one lifted in the air, left field. Snags it on the run. And that is that. Guardians go down 1-2-3. And it remains 5-2. Back here at the ballpark at Lindor. Cavalli back to work. Looked like it was a little bit up. So 2 balls and no strikes.
Talk about the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally, and this guy is someone you can believe in to find a way to get on base.
Next offering is down low. Movement in the bullpen. Matt Festa up and throwing for Terry Francona. Armstrong warming up as well. .3-0 down. And there's the strike.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
And that's ball 4.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow. Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Checks over to first, back safely. And here is Mark Vientos. Lindor gets his lead at first with nobody out. Next offering is in for a strike.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
The 1-2 just missed. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Now here is Francisco Alvarez. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. That one down the line, and foul ball. Next pitch is outside.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Outside. Two and two. Good eye right there.
You see how the catcher wanted that pitch up and in. Wanted to try to tie him up. That's the one thing we're seeing. That high fastball, you have to get it up there because of how hitters have changed their swings.
On the ground to third. And that's a fair ball. Lindor around second, headed for third. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Runners on the corners with one gone. And now the first baseman, number 16. In there at the knees. That's strike one. The tying run at the plate. Squirts away a little bit, and an excellent job keeping it right there. First and third, one down. Next pitch is downstairs.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Right-handed reliever. Outside corner, there's a strike.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
Two on, one out. Hit on the ground might be 2. Ramirez to second, and that's 2. One hit, one left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Guardians 5 and the Mets 2. Back now at Progressive Field. Now it's the DH, David Fry. The right-hander back to work. And that one a little bit high.
Count 1-0.
The pitch. And it's fouled away. The 1-1. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. The pitch. Next offering is outside. Tries to hold up, appeal to first. No swing. He held up. Patrick Johnson with the call there. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. And now the switch hitting catcher, Patrick Bailey. in there for strike one. Just missed. That one well upstairs. 2-2. The punch out there. Back-to-back strikeouts. Travis Bastar, the next to hit. And the first offering is not close. Two outs. That's in there. And the count 1-1. Gets him to chase after that one.
Throwing the ball well, and they need this scoreless inning in relief right here. Been doing a good job keeping him in striking distance.
Next offering is downstairs. Dives and he can't hang on. That leaves him without a throw, and they can't get the out.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Now the number 2 hitter, number 24. And he hits a ground ball right side to second. There's Lindor. Out number 3. Guardians leave 1. They're still out in front 5-2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Matt Festa. So digging in, Jared Young, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And the pitch. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Left-hand batter waits. Bunting, and it's in the air. On the run, throw to first. He is safe. Next to hit, Luis Robert. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Young on at first. Nobody out. In the air, right field. Number 24 has this one sized up. And out number 1 on the grab. Bo Bichette up to the dish. 1 for 3. And that curveball drops in there for a strike.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
The 0-1. There's a strike. Swings and misses. Now 2 away.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Marcus Semien up now for the Mets. He's already homered here in this one. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. And that one off the outside edge. And now 2-2.
Sometimes you got to fight to get back into an at-bat. Take some tough pitches, even out the count.
Got it by him for the K. Mets strand 1, and the deficit remains 5-2. The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Oscar Brazoban.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep them within striking distance.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Jose Ramirez. The pitch. Breaks his bat and pops it up. Bichette settles under it and makes the catch. And there's one away. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Kyle Manzardo. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Hard hit left side. Lindor on to first. And a couple of quick outs. Angel Martinez digs in for the Guardians.
Almost drove one out of here last time up. Flied out to the warning track.
And that's in there for strike 1. Gets under it and pops it up. Bichette makes the play, and it's out number 3. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, number 36.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Juan Soto now. The pitch. Ball 1, no strikes. Kicks and deals. That miss.
2-0 count to a guy like this at the plate. You've got to throw a pitcher's pitch. Don't just try to get a strike. He could make you pay.
And a big swing and a miss.
Well, hitter looked pretty comfortable on that swing. Pitchers don't like to see that. We'll see how he changes it up on this next pitch.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And that one hammered. That's back. Reaches over the fence and steals a homer.
Well, he just took one away from one of the best in the league. It's not going to happen very often, but when you get the opportunity, better make the play, and he did right there.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. That one finds the corner. 0-1. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. The 0-2. That one 95 to finish him off.
Oh, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Mets down to their final out. And now the DH, Mark Vientos. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Kicks and fires.
Inside, ball 2.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And that'll do it.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.